What if I told you you could change your room's acoustics in 30 seconds? Would you believe me? The mad scientist is at it again. It's Genius Home Theater. Welcome back to Genius Home Theater. Today we're tackling the debate of absorption or diffusion for the best acoustics in your home theater. As the debate continues, a new solution has been introduced, the combo panel. An absorption panel with the scatter or diffusion plate added to the front, hence the name combo panel. If you want the best of both worlds, you might be looking at a pricey upgrade. Unless you know someone with a CNC machine. If you do, then you're ahead of the game. Well, I'm going to show you how to modify the ones you have for hundreds less. Let's get started. First thing I did was take the measurements of the existing panels I want to modify. Now we need a design. This one is a random pattern inspired by the rug of all things. I used a 24 by 48 inch dry erase board from the home center to sketch out the patterns. I also grabbed some pre-cut 5mm underlayment board of the same size. Thin plywood is a great option and will allow this method to be used with rigid fiberglass or mineral wool acoustic panels due to the plywood's extremely lightweight. Speaking of thin plywood, did you know that you can cut the plywood with only a utility knife? Score your board all from one side or flip it halfway through. Sand the edge to clean up the cut. I transfer my design by taping the panels side by side, and then I use a T-square along with the tri-square to transfer the design from the dry erase board to my cut panel. Transferring this random pattern took some time, but I think it'll pay off at the end. Man, that high school drafting class is coming in handy. Next, I use a Sharpie and a straight edge to make the lines more visible. This is the first of many small victories. The design for the ceiling panel was much easier to sketch and much easier to transfer from the sketchboard. Here's a design anyone can try. I just used different rolls of tape to make this pattern. You can also make this design based on the hole saws you already own. Place the design face down, then stack the remaining panels on top. Make sure you put the good side down unless you plan to create a mirrored design using two panels. This pre-cut foam board insulation will lift my work 2 inches off the table. I put the panel stack on top, then use 1 1/4 inch wire nails to nail through the panels and into the foam, avoiding the cutout areas. The foam board will now hold your work in place. I use my multi-tool to cut my design and switch to smaller blades if needed. Cut out the design without worrying about the sacrificial foam. It's perfect for this. For the circle cutout, I use my adjustable hole saw. This allowed me to use any size circles I wanted to in the design. When using this type of saw, super slow is the key when starting your cut. It made easy work of these circles. My new file sander is perfect for removing excess material in the design. It does a great job in the corners too. It's a must-have for this job. Now I can remove the nails. This is made easy because I nailed into the foam and not another piece of wood. Reuse them if you can. Now fill in the nail holes and any other imperfections in your project with wood putty. Time to sand my new scatter plates with 220 grit sandpaper. I sprayed 2 thin coats of primer on to help seal the edges and the wood grain. Of course, this is optional. Go ahead and admire your work. Before CNC machines, there was man. Okay, now I need a way to temporarily attach the scattering panels to my existing panels. This way I can see whether or not I like the look and change things around if I don't in seconds. I'm using 20 gauge tie straps that will bend easily and heavy duty double-sided tape. Bend the straps into a U shape and use the tape to attach them. Give these hangers the opening they need to hang onto the existing acoustic panels. I removed my magnetic ceiling absorbers to make temporary hangers for them. Oh, you didn't see my video on how I made these? Check out my tools and projects playlist. Click the card above or use the link in the description. And oh, check out my LED SoundCloud build while you're there. These two builds and more in the same playlist. With the same wood I used to build the frame of these ceiling panels, I formed the 20 gauge tie straps for a good fit. A little big is okay. Place the straps on first with the double-sided tape facing up. Then I added the panel on top, making sure the tape was secure. I slide the last one on and all the panels are up. Now you simply rearrange them however you like. Try different combinations and see what sounds best to you. I paused my build here to do some A/B testing with Room EQ Wizard. Stick around to the end to see the cool finishes and find out how to see the test results. Before I put a finish on these, let me show you how I intend to mount them to the existing panels more permanently. I'm going to be using these head pins used for making jewelry, a roll of 1/8 inch by 1 inch rubber, these optional silicone earring holders, and one of these micro drill bits. You can use a 16 drill bit, but I would test to make sure the head of the pin doesn't pull through, just like I'm doing here. I make about 8 holes to attach the panels. Make the holes symmetric because the pin heads may be visible with your color of choice. I've tested these pins with different types of fabric. You can install and remove your scatter plates without damaging the fabric at all. So have fun trying different colors and finishes. Install the pins through the holes, then flip the panel to lock in the pin with a piece of rubber. Drill the rubber or use a thumbtack to make a hole in the rubber first, as these pins are not sturdy nor sharp enough to puncture the rubber. Or just use the silicone holders. Pull tight and bend the pin to lock in the scatter plate. I decided to paint this plate the same color as the existing panel, but if you've watched Genius Home Theater before, you know we need to try one specific color. And here's that panel with a piece of orange fabric sandwiched between the panel and the scatter plate. Surprisingly, the orange was vetoed. Lastly, here's how I size the fabric. Get your existing panel and drape the fabric over. Use tape to define the border, less 1/2 inch all the way around, then cut along the tape. There is no limit for color options with this method. I was thinking about white, but that would be pretty boring, right? Maybe I can paint the panel a different color. You know what? I got something special for this one. Of course, I didn't go crazy with the color. It's the living room. But at night though, who else? Where else but Genius Home Theater? Glow in the dark fabric? Oh baby. Hey, that's another cool project in the books. And if you like projects like this, please consider subscribing to Genius Home Theater. So the debate continues. Absorption or diffusion? Now you have a method to try both that's fast and won't break the bank. Treat your room the right way for you and add a little flair at the same time. Test and compare what sounds or looks better and do it easily. Watch this next video as I A/B test these panels at the speed of light. This is Genius Home Theater. My name is Ron, and I'll see you on the next one.